The National Electrical Code defines locations as dry, damp, or wet based on the likelihood of condensation, moisture, or water. A dry location is a location not normally subject to dampness, wetness, or condensation. A damp location is a location subject to moisture, such as dampness, humidity, or condensation, but not normally subject to wetting by rain, snow, or other liquids. A wet location is a location subject to direct exposure to water, such as rain, snow, hail, sleet, or spray. If electrical boxes and conduit are protected from rain and other moisture by concrete girders, not subject to condensation or humidity, and not located in an area where water may splash or fall on the equipment, then in accordance with NEC, the location should be classified as a dry location. An inspector's interpretation may be influenced by factors such as the close proximity to water or the potential for condensation. However, the NEC specifically states that locations protected from moisture by canopies, roofs, or other coverings should be classified as dry locations. Thus, classifying the location as damp or wet would require the use of more expensive and water-resistant equipment, which could increase project costs. It could also delay project completion due to the need for additional materials and installation time. If you believe the inspector's classification is incorrect, you should provide the inspector with the specific requirements of NEC Article 100. You may also consider contacting the local electrical authority for further guidance. The NEC provides specific definitions to ensure electrical installations are safe and appropriate for their environment. Understanding these classifications is crucial for cost-effective and compliant projects. Firstly, a dry location is defined as an area not normally subject to dampness, wetness, or condensation. This means the area is generally protected from moisture. Secondly, a damp location is subject to moisture, such as dampness, humidity, or condensation, but is not normally exposed to direct wetting by rain, snow, or other liquids. These areas may experience some level of moisture but are shielded from direct precipitation. Thirdly, a wet location is defined as an area subject to direct exposure to water, such as rain, snow, hail, sleet, or spray. These locations are directly exposed to the elements and require robust protection against water ingress. The appropriate classification directly impacts the type of electrical equipment and wiring methods required. For dry locations, standard electrical enclosures and wiring are typically sufficient. Damp locations necessitate the use of moisture-resistant equipment, such as weather-resistant enclosures and wiring suitable for humid environments. Wet locations demand the most stringent protection, requiring waterproof enclosures, corrosion-resistant materials, and wiring specifically designed for direct exposure to water. To accurately classify a location, consider several factors. Is the area protected from direct precipitation by a roof, canopy, or other structure? Is the area subject to condensation or high humidity? Is the area exposed to splashing water or other forms of direct water contact? Consider the specific conditions of the installation site and how those conditions align with the NEC definitions. Proximity to water sources alone does not automatically classify a location as damp or wet. The key factor is whether the electrical equipment is directly exposed to water or moisture. If the equipment is shielded from direct exposure, it may still qualify as a dry location even if it is near a body of water. Correct classification is essential for ensuring electrical safety and preventing equipment failure. Using inappropriate equipment in a damp or wet location can lead to corrosion, electrical shorts, and potentially hazardous conditions. It is also crucial for regulatory compliance. Electrical inspectors will assess the installation based on the NEC classifications and may require corrections if the wrong equipment is used. Proper classification can also result in cost savings. Using unnecessarily expensive equipment in a dry location is a waste of resources. By accurately assessing the environment, you can select the most appropriate and cost-effective equipment for the installation. NEC Article 100 provides the definitive definitions for dry, damp, and wet locations. Familiarize yourself with these definitions and consult them whenever you're unsure about the correct classification. It may also be helpful to consult with a qualified electrical engineer or inspector for guidance, especially in complex or borderline cases. Documentation is also very helpful. Keep records of the factors considered when classifying the location, including photographs, diagrams, and any relevant environmental data. This documentation can be valuable if there are any questions or disputes during the inspection process. Furthermore, consider the potential for changes in environmental conditions over time. A location that is currently dry may become damp or wet due to changes in weather patterns, construction, or other factors. It is important to reassess the classification periodically and make adjustments as needed. For example, if a dry location becomes subject to condensation due to increased humidity, it may need to be reclassified as a damp location. Additionally, be aware of any local amendments to the NEC that may affect the classification of locations. Some jurisdictions may have more stringent requirements or interpretations of the NEC definition. Always check with the local electrical authority to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. In summary, accurately classifying electrical locations as dry, damp, or wet is essential for safety, compliance, and cost-effectiveness. Understand the NEC definitions, assess the specific conditions of the installation site, and consult with qualified professionals when needed. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your electrical installations are safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. When in doubt, err on the side of caution. It is always better to use more robust equipment than is strictly required, rather than risk electrical hazards or equipment failure. Remember that the primary goal is to ensure the safety of people and property. The proper classification of electrical locations and the selection of appropriate equipment are critical steps in achieving that goal. Now, let's elaborate on some practical examples to further illustrate the differences between dry, damp, and wet locations. Firstly, imagine an indoor office space with climate control. This area is typically considered a dry location because it is not normally subject to dampness, wetness, or condensation. The air conditioning system helps to maintain a consistent temperature and humidity level, preventing moisture from accumulating. Standard electrical outlets, switches, and lighting fixtures are generally suitable for this type of environment. Secondly, consider an outdoor covered patio. While the patio is protected from direct rain and snow by the roof, it may still be subject to dampness, humidity, and condensation. During periods of high humidity, moisture can condense on surfaces, including electrical equipment. Therefore, this location would typically be classified as a damp location, requiring the use of weather-resistant outlets, switches, and lighting fixtures. Thirdly, think about a car wash. This is a classic example of a wet location because it is directly exposed to water spray and high humidity. All electrical equipment in this area must be waterproof and corrosion resistant to withstand the harsh environment. Special enclosures, wiring, and lighting fixtures designed for wet locations are essential to prevent electrical hazards and equipment failure. Another common scenario is an agricultural setting, such as a barn or greenhouse. These locations can present unique challenges due to the presence of moisture, dust, and corrosive substances. The classification of these areas depends on the specific conditions. If the electrical equipment is protected from direct exposure to water and corrosive substances, it may be classified as a damp location. However, if it is directly exposed to these elements, it would be considered a wet location. Also, consider industrial facilities, such as factories and manufacturing plants. These environments can have varying degrees of moisture, depending on the specific processes being carried out. Areas with high humidity, steam, or water spray may require the use of damp or wet location equipment. It is important to assess each area individually to determine the appropriate classification. Swimming pools and spas also present unique electrical challenges due to the presence of water. The NEC has specific requirements for electrical installations in and around swimming pools and spas to ensure safety. These areas are typically classified as wet locations, requiring the use of ground fault circuit interrupters, special bonding techniques, and waterproof equipment. Marine environments, such as docks and marinas, are also considered wet locations due to the constant exposure to salt water. Saltwater is highly corrosive and can quickly damage electrical equipment that is not specifically designed for marine use. Therefore, all electrical installations in marine environments must be waterproof, corrosion-resistant, and designed to withstand the harsh conditions. Another factor to consider when classifying electrical locations is the presence of flammable or explosive substances. In areas where flammable gases, vapors, or dusts are present, special precautions must be taken to prevent explosions. The NEC has specific requirements for electrical equipment in hazardous locations, which are classified based on the type and concentration of flammable substances present. In these areas, explosion-proof enclosures, intrinsically safe circuits, and other specialized equipment are required to minimize the risk of ignition. Temperature extremes can also affect the classification of electrical locations. In areas with extreme heat or cold, special considerations must be given to the selection of electrical equipment. High temperatures can cause equipment to overheat and fail, while low temperatures can make materials brittle and prone to cracking. Therefore, it is important to choose equipment that is rated for the specific temperature range of the environment. The altitude of the location can also impact the performance of electrical equipment. At higher altitudes, the air is thinner, which can affect the cooling of equipment. Therefore, it may be necessary to derate the equipment or provide additional cooling to prevent overheating. To maintain electrical safety and compliance, it is essential to conduct regular inspections of electrical installations. These inspections should include a review of the location classifications, the condition of the equipment, and any changes in the environment. Any deficiencies or potential hazards should be addressed promptly to prevent accidents and equipment failure. In addition to the NEC, other standards and regulations may also apply to electrical installations. These may include local building codes, industry-specific standards, and insurance requirements. It is important to be familiar with all applicable codes and regulations to ensure compliance and avoid penalties. Proper training and education are essential for anyone involved in the design, installation, or maintenance of electrical systems. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is important to have the knowledge and skills necessary to perform the work safely and effectively. Consider pursuing certification or licensing to demonstrate your competence and commitment to safety. Also, always use the right tools and equipment for the job. Using damaged or inappropriate tools can increase the risk of accidents and injuries. Ensure that your tools are in good condition and properly maintained. Furthermore, always follow lockout/tagout procedures when working on electrical equipment. Lockout/tagout is a safety procedure that prevents the accidental energization of equipment during maintenance or repair. By following these procedures, you can protect yourself and others from electrical shock and other hazards. In conclusion, the proper classification of electrical locations is a critical aspect of electrical safety and compliance. By understanding the NEC definitions, assessing the specific conditions of the installation site, and following best practices, you can ensure that your electrical installations are safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. Remember to stay informed about the latest changes in codes and standards, and always prioritize safety in all electrical work.